Oh, good afternoon. I hope it's still afternoon. Coming from where I'm coming from, I don't know whether it's morning or afternoon. Can I remove this? Let me pay my respect and compliments first to the chairman, Dr. Ogukelu. He was my doctor in 1004, and I haven't seen you for a long time. I think I need you more than ever now. Mrs. Bissy Bright, nice to see you here today. Professor Terima, I'm told you are the youngest Vice Chancellor in Africa. No, youngest female Vice Chancellor in Africa. Congratulations. And my honorable member from Kenya, I think you'll get there someday because you're not going to give up. And we'll all be there to support you. Miss Biola Castello, how are you? As usual, my beautiful, intelligent, sharp sister. Nice to see you again. And my friend, the ever active, Windy's lady, Miss Biola says, good afternoon, everybody. And I pay everyone here my respect and compliments. And I want to thank the Alex Onis for putting this together. I'm seeing both of them for the first time. All they did was harass me through my email. And you know, when I see that a project has to do with women and is forward looking, I do my best to be there. You know, so I want to congratulate you for putting this together. Anything we do to encourage ourselves as women, to support ourselves as women, I think every one of us should always be there for them. I apologize, I came a bit late. I came in from the States yesterday at about 6 a.m. I mean, this morning at about 6 a.m. and I had to be at this quiz program before coming here. So I'm glad I could be here with you. And I'm sorry I missed a lot of the interesting talk here, but I caught a bit of them. But I'm going to start with my sister in Kenya. Our stories are similar, very, very similar. Here, you're expected to give voters money, not the other way around. And then after you win your election, they will say, we voted for you, so you have to take care of every problem. My father just died. My mother is sick. My daughter cannot go to school. I need money for my father's funeral. And even to contest elections, they want you to pay a lot of money. But you know what I did? If you don't want to vote for me, don't vote for me. You know, but I know I'll work for you. And you know, it worked as a woman. And then what I can't do, I can't do. Otherwise, you're going to steal. What I cannot do, I cannot do. You can abuse me, but I can't do it. But my focus is education and health. A child cannot go to school. I want to be part of that. Somebody wants to die because they don't have some money to pay his medical bills. I do that. So really, it's the same situation. Power is not given a la carte. We have to struggle for it. We have to fight for it. And most importantly, as she said, how come we are more in number, but we never turn out our own women? Do we even believe in ourselves? Do we believe in ourselves? Do we have faith in ourselves? How much support do we give to one another? In my case, I know that my first line of support were women. In fact, they said they would go protest naked if I wasn't given the ticket. And they really stood by me. But generally speaking, if a woman indeed comes out today, a successful woman, says, I want to be president of Nigeria, how many women will vote for her? No, but that's the truth. I'm not talking of women that you don't know. I'm talking of women that have worked hard. You know, they're very good, they've excelled, and they come out, even for governor or president. How many women will rally around and say, you know what, let's all come together and support this woman? And I think we have to learn to start doing that. If someone like Biola comes out tomorrow and says she wants to go to the represent Ogun State in the House of Reps, if every woman in Ogun State says, I'm going with you, she will win. You know, you come out. We have women who are capable. We have women who have the knowledge. We have women who have the courage and who can do the job. And I want to see more of those women come out and participate. If we do not, I think Nigeria is in for a whole lot of trouble. And I believe that the future of the African continent belongs to the African woman. But the African women themselves must get up and decide that we're going to do this. And I hope that we can have a mentoring platform. In fact, it's one of the things I discussed with Adesua just now, a mentoring platform where women that are already in politics can sit together with those who want to get involved and then mentor one another and see how we can get there. And really, with the experience that I've had, with more women in politics, it's going to be better for the system. Not everybody, yeah, that is the truth. You see, women are more, I mean, you've said it all, more compassionate, good managers, everything. With more women in government, and I'm talking of women that I'm seeing here. Credible women. I'm not saying every woman is qualified, but there are women that can do it. And when all these women come out, let us come out as women. You can have all these women groups, pressure groups, Alex, your new group putting this together. Those are things that really we need to do. We have to do it. Otherwise, it's going to get worse in 2015 because of the violence that is going on. And it's going to get worse. I'm speaking to women, I say, I can't do it. So, but we should not be discouraged. And this is the time to have more women involved. You know, if women are involved, you can deal with more women issues, you can deal with more state issues, and then you bring to bear your role as a woman. In fact, there's a saying that I like very much. Next to God, we are indebted to women. First for life itself, and then for making it worth living. Clap for yourselves if you're all women. We're not poor. It's just that we're not managing our resources. The money is going to a few pockets, and we're encouraging it. And we're encouraging it as a people. And I believe that this is wrong. When we celebrate power, and we celebrate money, then we have a problem as a nation. When we get together and decide to fight corruption, we'll get somewhere. But the state itself is not fighting corruption. Tell me one single person that has gone to jail for high-level corruption. Okay, I think Abiola knows one. Mr. Sterling knows one. None. The president of Egypt is going to spend 3 years in jail, you know, for corruption. But you see, as long as we do not tackle that issue, I still believe we have a serious problem. Many years on 2015, power situation is worse than ever before. Infrastructure is worse than ever before. And I believe that life is worse than ever before. As chairman of the Committee on Diaspora, sometimes I cry when I see what is happening to young ones who are living this, graduates are leaving Nigeria to see greener pastures elsewhere. And they are killing our students like chickens. You know, and I'll bring them into two. They are the students who are going for education. They are those who are seeking greener pastures. Now, those seeking greener pastures go through, they want to get to Europe, they go through the desert, go through Chad, and they get stuck in Libya. We brought out 24 Nigerians that Gaddafi was going to kill. My committee on diaspora brought them back. Today, one of them is selling recharge cards somewhere in Ibadan, and he's living his life with his wife, and he has 2 more children. But we've lost a lot of younger ones who are going abroad because Nigeria has failed them. Some are going because of greed, but some out of desperation, looking for hope in hopelessness. That is the reality of the situation. There's a former colleague of mine whose son has been sent to life imprisonment in South Africa for armed robbery. Again, a graduate who found himself in a situation. I have 4 boys who just came to me now, the families. They went to Cairo. They will tell them, oh, come and play football. There's nothing, these guys are looking for work. Come to Cairo, come and play football. They get them, there's no football. Then they lure them into drugs. And then their lives are ruined. Then there are the students who are going everywhere in the world, especially Ghana, to get education. As I speak with you, 4 Nigerian students have been killed in Ghana. 4 in about 2 months. Students. 80 in Malaysia will be killed anytime from now. We don't know what will happen to them. We're begging them. Aisha Falode, you all know her. Her son Toba was thrown off some building in Dubai. You know, all these cases we've intervened on Parliament, we've talked to the embassy, we haven't heard anything yet. So I'm glad what Aisha is doing. We must fight and get that whoever killed that guy should be punished. So you see, I see these students, and in Ghana, they go through hell. They tell them, oh, they pay so much, and the quality of education is pathetic. There are universities in Ghana that are just 1-story structures. I saw a Potter cabin as a university. That's where our children are going to. And these are not poor children. These are children that, you know, average, you know, slightly a little bit above average. And we told some of their parents, better get your children. It's better to be in one private university here, or some university has spent 8 years, than say you are spending 4 in what we saw. One university is in the middle of a market, and in front of that market is where prostitutes stay. And you say you're having an education. Again, failure of leadership in our country. Failure of leadership in our country. Those children do not have to be there. They should be here in their country getting the best education. So I can go on and on, but to save time, all I just want to say is that this is not the Nigeria of our dreams. But how do we get the Nigeria of our dreams? It's a challenge to every one of us. I'm in parliament today, and I know that we have our limitations, we have our faults, but at least I'm playing my little role. What we can do as a people is very simple. This is a democracy. We don't have to carry guns. We don't have to be violent. The way these women protested, this women's protest may be the beginning of a revolution in Nigeria, where you will get up and demand for your right. We don't demand our rights. We don't ask questions as Nigerians. We just sit back and say it's okay. But it's not okay. Elections, sir? We say it's the will of God, and we leave everything to God and do nothing. But you see, we have to stop doing that. We have to get out of our shell and do something and make our voices heard. And that's what I tell everyone. And you know, those who can do it well, they are the women. Women, you have to stand on election day. Please, everybody, register to vote. How many people are registered to vote? Or how many people vote? Sincerely speaking. You say not? Okay. Well, not half of this hall. I'm telling you, don't take it as nothing. Register when it's time to register and go and vote. And when you vote, sit down there, let them count your votes in front of you. I'm telling you, it works, and it's going to work. So that if that person that you're voting for did not perform, then vote him or her out. And when you know that one vote can get you out of office, you'll not take anybody for granted anymore. Because what happens now is it doesn't matter. When it's election time, I know I can pay my way through. They will tell you, oh, they can pay their way through. And Lagos is different because we've been fighting. We're in opposition, so we always have to fight. So we don't take anything for granted. And neither do many negotiations. So really, as I speak to you, I speak with a heavy heart because you know, I just came back from the UK. I was in UK, US, and everything about Nigeria is depressing. And then the humiliation you now face because you're in Nigeria. When we landed, we had about almost 20 policemen at the foot of the aircraft, not even inside, at the foot of the aircraft, heavily armed. It was like, what's going on? Oh, I just remembered, oh, this is a Nigerian flight. And then they now call you aside, not even before you get to immigration, they now call you aside and say they're discussing about, oh, female genital mutilation, and get more of your details to double check. That is how Nigeria has become, the so-called giant of Africa. You know, and we still deceive ourselves. We are giants of nothing. My brothers and sisters, let's get out of denial. Let's save this Nigeria. And let us work for the Nigeria of our dreams. And I think the only way you can do it, and everyone can do that, those of you that have it in you, please take the risk. Contest elections. It is bad, but not so bad. It is dirty, but it depends on how you want to play it. My policy is that I will be myself. I'm not going to play dirty. If it's too dirty, I get out of it and go the other way. It's dirty, but as women, we don't have to be dirty. We don't have to do what they do. And don't get discouraged about late nights, everything. It is their conjecture. You can do your meetings when you want to do your meetings. It's just sometimes with some people. Bankers close late too. You know, everybody closes late. So don't get discouraged. So if it's in you, please, even if you don't contest, participate. Participate. This is a democracy, and that's the only way we can change this country. So I'm not speaking as a very happy person today, but I'm glad that we are holding this event, and I'm confident that in the not too distant future, with dogged efforts, awareness created through various means, including what you're doing today, we should, in fact, give birth to a new Nigeria, a Nigeria that gives opportunity to the supposed lower class, a Nigeria that is void of partiality and partisan politics, a Nigeria with female governors and youthful presidents, including some of you here, and a Nigeria we will all be proud of. Let's work collectively to build that Nigeria of our dreams, that Nigeria that indeed should conquer the world and lead the world, which is what Nigeria is destined to be. Once more, I thank you very much for this opportunity and hope that this is not just going to be a talk show. At the end of this, let us see a movement that will be a catalyst to change in Nigeria, especially as it affects women participation in governance. Thank you very much.